In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your very own sprint system, as well as explaining how the script works. With that being said, let's go ahead and get straight to it. Okay, first things first, you want to go ahead and insert a screen GUI inside starter GUI. Once you did that, rename the screen GUI into stamina GUI. Once you're done with that, insert a frame inside the stamina GUI and position it at the bottom of your screen. Following that, you want to insert another frame inside the last frame and rename it into stamina bar. Once you did that, go ahead and change the background color to a blue or tint blue, whatever you like, and insert a text label inside stamina bar. Rename the text inside the text label to stamina. In this example, I have it stamina :n/a. Following that, you want to go to starter player, starter character script, and insert a local script. Once you did that, insert an int value inside the local script and name it stamina. Okay, let's get started. Go ahead and open your local script. From here, I already have the whole code typed out, and I'm just going to give you an explanation step by step of what each one does. Starting first, you want to go ahead and get the service. You want to get player service, which is players equals game, get service, players, the tween service equals game, get service, tween service, and a user input service, which is game, get service, user input service. Next, you want to go ahead and get the variable. First, you want to get the local player. So player equals players.localPlayer. Get the player GUI. So player GUI equals player.player GUI. The character, which equals player.character or player.character added. The humanoid character, wait for child humanoid, making sure that it loads in. We're getting the camera, which is workspace.current camera. So the camera with the client of that player, and default field of view, which is camera.field of view. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get default walk speed, which is humanoid.walk speed. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the speed. From here, we're gonna change to 50. So we'll change to 50, which is 50 studs per second. The default is 16 studs per second. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get the key. So key equals enum.keycode.left shift. You can change this to whatever you like. You can make it to E or even anything that's on your keyboard, but in this tutorial, we're gonna make it left shift. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the tween speed, which is 0.4, which I believe works best. The tween speed is for how you want the camera to tween when they're running. Next, we're gonna go ahead and get the GUI. Here, we're going to do local GUI equals player GUI, wait for child, stamina GUI. As you can see, it's the GUI that we made before, and that's all up inside star GUI. That is basically what we're getting. From here, we're going to go ahead and get the bar. So local bar equals GUI.frame, wait for child, stamina bar. Lastly, we're going to get the text GUI.frame.stamina wait for child, text label. Next, we're going to get the stamina that we inserted inside the local script. So local stamina equals script wait for child, stamina. Make sure the stamina value is equal to 100. After that, we're going to do local regen wait time equals 5. This is how many seconds you want to wait after they sprint it, so they regenerate. Following that, we're going to go ahead and get some booleans. So local hold equals false, and local recent sprint equals false. So hold is checking if the player has hold down the key, which is left shift, and if they are, then it equals true. If not, false. We get more into that later on. And recent sprint is self-explanatory, checking if the player has sprinted recently. Now for the main code. I want to go ahead and do sprint tween, which is tween service. So local sprint tween equals tween service create camera, comma tweeninfo.new tween speed, comma make sure you put tables in the last one. Field of view equals default field of view plus parentheses speed divided by 5. Basically what we're doing here is changing the camera instant and having the field of view change, which is the default field of view plus speed, which is 50 divided by 5. And we're having that happen in 0.4 seconds. We're going to do the same thing for the walk-in tween. So local walk-in tween equals tween service create camera, comma, tween info dot new, parentheses, tween service, comma, table field of view equals default field of view. Once you're done with that, go ahead and type what you see on screen. Now allow me to explain. User input service that input began, connect function, input, comma, process. As you know, input is a key that they press, and process is checking if the player is typing in chat. So first we're going to do if not process, then if the player is not typing in chat, they continue. If input.keycode equals key and hold equals false, and humanoid.health doesn't equal 0, then continue. Next, we're going to make hold equal true, recent sprint equal true, and then continuing on, we're going to do if hold equals true, then repeat wait. Make sure it has repeat wait, parentheses, and then until at the bottom. So next, we're going to do if stamina.value doesn't equal 0, then recent sprint equals true. We're going to do stamina.value minus equal 1, humanoid.walk speed equals speed, which is 50, and sprint tween colon play, making the camera play and tween out. From there, we're going to do else recent sprint equals false, humanoid.walk speed equals default walking speed, and walking tween colon play, making their field of view back to original. And then lastly, until hold equals false. So this basically repeats itself, checking if the character or if the player is holding down the key. We're making hold true and recent sprint true, subtracting the stamina value as well as making them walking faster. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and do the next, which is user input ended connect. Similar to user input began, we're just doing this one, which is ended. So we're checking if the player has ended the input. So first we're going to do if input.keycode equals key and hold equals true, and humanoid.health doesn't equal 0, then hold equals false. So we're detecting the player has let go of the key and making hold false. If hold equals false, then repeat task.wait 0.02. If stamina.value is less than or equal to 99, then checking if the value is equal to 99, well, less than or equal to 99. Then we're going to do if recent sprint equals true, which it should be. Then we're going to go ahead and make the walk speed back to default walk speed. We're going to play walk and tween colon play, having the camera going back to its default, and task.wait regen time. So we're waiting to make sure that it doesn't regenerate automatically. Next, we're going to do recent sprint equals false, and after that, stamina.value plus equals 1. Then if stamina.value is greater than or equal to 100, then stamina.value equals to 100. So making sure that the stamina value does not go over 100. Once you finish with that, at the bottom, we're going to do humanoid.walk speed equals default walking speed, making their walk speed back to normal, which is 16 studs per second. Now, walking tween colon play is putting their camera back to default. And make sure right next to until hold equals true and recent sprint equals false. Lastly, we're going to update the GUI. So stamina.change connect function. We're going to change the bar size. So bar size equals udim2.new stamina.value divided by 100. So we're dividing the stamina value by 100. That's because in the stamina bar, as you can see, the size will be one. Let me fix this. It's usually 100, 1 out of 0 in scale. So we're making sure the stamina value, if whatever value it is, divide that by 100 would be the new X value. So if it's 8, we're gonna do 0.8. So stamina, that value is 80. We're gonna make sure stamina bar is down by 80%. Great. And then updating the text. The text equals parentheses stamina connected with 2 dots, toString stamina dot value. Lastly, at the very bottom of your code, you're going to do text equals parentheses quote stamina dot toString parentheses stamina dot value. And there we go. That is how you make your own stamina. Let's go ahead and test it out. And as you can see, if you hold left shift, the stamina bar goes down. If you wait the regen time, it will go back up. You can keep doing this to as much as you like. Thanks for watching.